Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology only. Today, I'd like to share with you the mind power of 1850s Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao practice. This mind power, the truth of it, in past 160 years, only a very few know about it. And in past 70 years in Wing Chun world, there is none present in public on the mind power or the truth of the mind power of Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao practice. In the past 70 years, there are many importing the concept of Tai Chi or internal art or Taoist philosophy into Wing Chun, trying to present the mind power of Xiu Lim Tao. But that's not it. Why? Why I'm so sure? Because the 1850s mind power of Xiu Lim Tao practice is accord to Buddhism, Taoism, Confucius, traditional Chinese medicines. They are all having this common denominator. And that's why we know that it is or it is not the real deal, the truth. I choose to share with you today is because this truth of mind power have a very important influence on our today's living, especially in the COVID-19 times. We need this. We need to evoke this mind power. This mind power is used to boost immune system and to develop many advanced skills. So let's get into it. The first line of writing of the 1850 Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao sets presented clearly the truth of the mind power. So if we look at the first writing in Mandarin, it said 极意会神平肩党 极意会神平肩党 To translate it character by character, 极 is gather, gathering, gather. 意 is intention, as we always heard today on using not using strength, those kind of yi, okay, the intention. Hui is meeting. Shen is like in the Taoist and the internal, always people talk about the Jing Qi Shen, the spirit, usually they talk about. But that is not spirit, okay? The translation words is spirit, but it is not spirit. And that is why we have a lot of confusions of Shen today. So, in the first writing of the Wing Chun 1850 Xiu Lim Tao Quid, it said, gather ye meeting Shen, and this Ping Jian Dang is equal shoulder stance. At equal shoulder stand. What equal shoulder stand is the Yi Ji Kam Yong Ma. Okay? So the entire sentence or the line is saying that gather ye meeting Shen while one standing in the Yi Ji Kam Yong Ma or equal shoulder stance. Now, what is this? What is this gather ye meeting Shen? This thing is telling the truth, the real deal of the Wing Chun 小念頭 mind power. Notice that it's not saying using your yi. It is saying gather your yi, gather your yi. Meeting the sun. It is not using your yi to have a direct or forward pressure. It is not. It is gather yi meeting sun. So what does it mean in today's language? Why is it quiet the mind, return to awareness? That's what it is. It is not using the yi or using the intention to have this forward pressure, all this kind of thing. No, it is not. It is quiet the mind, return to awareness. Gathering yi, meeting shen, meaning quiet the mind, return to awareness. To make it even easier for you to experience, quiet the mind, return to awareness simply means rest the mind. Drop your thoughts, rest your mind. That's all. So, does gather yi meeting shen in Chinese, in ancient Chinese, in today's language, it means drop your thoughts, rest your mind. That is the truth of the mind power. So it is actually opposite to what in the past 70, 80 years where people in Wing Chun keeping talking about this yi, this mind power, all those stuff. It is resting. So then you ask, why is resting the mind power of 小念头? Well, let me explain you with the model. In this world, we can model it this way. There is the natural world, and then on top, within the natural world, there's natural world, and within the natural world, there is the intelligent world. For example, I have a brain, so I can think, right? But I have to rely on this body, this brain, which is the natural world. And my thinking, my philosophy, and my logic, it belongs to this intelligent world, including using my intention, that is, belong to this intelligent world. Now, if I get knocked unconscious, will I be able to think? Well, if I die, I can think because it's natural, the body died, right? So, whatever in this intelligent world, including the intention, that is not the truth. That is not the power. The power is be able to get into the natural world, to really know, experience what is mind is about in the natural form. So, the first writing of 小念头 is telling people or telling us that rest the mind. So when you rest the mind, you be able to drop your thinking, you be able to drop your intention. So it is like, this is my mind, this is the intention. I can pick up this intention and I can drop it. Okay, this is mine. So this is my power. I be able to pick it up and I be able to drop it. When I don't need it, I drop it. When I need it, I can pick it up. It's this. This is intention. This is not the ultimate. This is not the truth. This is not the mind power. The power is my mind be able to give rise to the intention, the thought, the logic. And if I don't need it, I can release it. Okay? So that's what it said. Gather yi meeting shen. Or quiet the mind, return to awareness. This is awareness. You're aware of how to handle your mind. Okay? So mind power means mind power means one need to be able to drop the thought, drop the intention, and use the intention and use the thought as one needed. However, if one have no idea that mind can drop the intention and can drop the thinking, then one trapped in the intention or trapped in a particular thought. What is that? Tunnel vision. Okay? So the first writing of the 1850 Shilin Tao is to develop. One be able to drop the intention, drop the thinking. Changing mindset, in other words. One be able to do that. Okay? So, it is resting the mind. So, it is from this intelligent world where we always fill our mind with thinking and intention to be able to get to the natural world, to drop all this here, to get to the natural world. And because we know how to drop it, we know how to evoke this intelligent world. If we just stay within this intelligent world, we are actually trapping in our own mindset, our intention in tunnel vision way, and we just have all kinds of thought trapping within the thought. That's what it is. So, to get from intelligent world to natural world, you need to know how to rest the mind. And that is the direction how the samadhi, like for example, the samadhi of the Buddhism, attained. First, one need to rest the mind. And then from the resting mind, one can get into the samadhi. So resting mind is also called samatha in Buddhist teaching. So disregard of it is the Buddhist teaching or the Taoist teaching or the Confucius teaching or the traditional Chinese medicine teaching. First, you need to rest your mind. You need to quiet your mind. You need to actually rest, quiet, and you need to be able to drop your thinking. Okay, before one be able to get into the resting state or the samadhi state or the state one can develop qigong. Today's problem for past 80 years at least in Wing Chun is that people keeping going around here in the intelligent world have no idea on this natural world whatsoever. So keeping using different kinds of ideas and so forth, so forth. Okay, that is not the power of Wing Chun 1850s. And people, for example, in the past 10 years or so, people bring out this mindfulness term. When in the West, we have this mindfulness term get from somebody who is guru or whatever. People stuck with it and then thinking there's a good idea and then using it here. Well, guess what? The real mindfulness of the Buddha's teaching is over here. It's over here. It's not here. So whatever mindfulness people talk about, unless they have get into here, they have no idea what is the mindfulness. They just speculating what it is, or I call this pseudo mindfulness. The entire world today is monkey around with pseudo mindfulness where one have no idea what it is. That's why you need to have this smartphone application for meditations, okay? Get you into mindfulness. Well, that is not mindfulness. That is get you here. Like you listen to music, you still here. Now you want to drop all those things, you get into the natural world, you quiet your mind. Then, when you enter into the samadhi, and then you can get into the mindfulness. So, the mind power of Xu Lim Tao is be able to get here, drop this intelligent world, or the thinking, the yi, the qi, and as needed, one be able to evoke this. That is the mind power of Wing Chun Xu Lim Tao 1850s. And only with those, one be able to get into samadhi, one be able to handle one's qi. Not this, okay? This, you use this stuff is only to cause you stress. Like forward pressure. This is a type of stress. Tunnel vision. By being able to get into the natural world and be able to drop the intelligent world or the yi, the thinking, go back and forth, be able to evoke it, evoke the thinking when we need it, and be able to drop the thinking when we don't need it. That is the power of the mind. The intentions is an applications of the mind. It is not the full power of the mind. Of course, you can argue that intention is also the power of the mind, but intention is just a piece of the applications of the mind. Unless one be able to evoke the intentions or to drop the intentions, one do not see the full picture. So, this is the truth. This is the reality. Okay? Unless one knows this, forget about the Taoist practice, the Chinese Buddhism practice, or the Confucius practice, or the Qigong practice, or the traditional Chinese martial art cultivation practice. Because the first thing, in all those practice, you are required to quiet the mind and return to the awareness or rest your mind. Not monkey around here playing pseudo stuff. And only if you can do that, go back here, you drop that, you can put your body into deeper rest. You can have your breathing into the deeper rest. You're not monkey around here counting, inhale 3 count, exhale 5 count. No. You just get into this natural resonance or the rhythm. Okay? So this is what I like to share with you. And to return to the rest, the process is the N1 process of the Wing Chun inception. Okay? The process is there. It's simple, but anybody can learn it within 10 minutes. Okay? And for more theory of this and this, you can get into this meditation matrix if you're interested in it. But the big picture I show you here already. What is the truth? Okay? We need to know this today because we need it.